If you're about to mark a camera position on a factory floor plan, I want you to stop and do something first. Walk the line backward from where the defect ends up. Because almost every time I do this, I find the camera should be somewhere else entirely. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you do that and why it's the most valuable 30 minutes you spend on any vision project. I'm Raghava, founder of Qualitas Technologies. We've deployed over 200 vision systems globally. Most vision projects start with a conversation about the hardware. What camera, what lens, what software. And that conversation is not wrong, but it's happening too early. Before any of that, you need to understand two things. When the defect gets made and where it becomes visible. Those are almost never the same point on the line. And the distance between them is where most inspection systems get placed incorrectly. Here's the process I use before speccing any system. I start at the end of the line, at the point where the customer thinks the camera should go, and I walk backwards, station by station. At each station, I'm asking, could this step be introducing the defect? Could this step be hiding it or changing how it looks? Could this step be the reason the defect is harder to catch further down? More often than not, by the time I've walked back 3 or 4 stations, I found the real source. And when you find the real source, the camera position question answers itself. The other thing walking the line tells you is what the defect actually looks like at different points in the process. A scratch made at the forming stage looks different after it's been painted. A dimensional error made at the machining stage looks different after the part has been assembled. If you inspect too late, the defect is still there, but it may be partially obscured or surrounded by other variation that makes it harder to isolate. Inspect at the right point, and the defect stands out clearly. Here's an example, a specific case. We had a line where the customer was inspecting surface marks right before dispatch. The marks were inconsistent. Sometimes the system caught them, sometimes it didn't. When we walked the line, we found the marks were being introduced at a handling stage in the middle of the line. And then the parts were going through a washing process and partially removed some of them. So the marks were variable by intensity by the time it reached the camera. We moved the inspection upstream before the wash. Consistent marks, consistent detection. Same camera, same software, just a different position. The lesson? The camera doesn't decide the outcome. The position does. If you want a structured checklist for walking the line before you spec a vision system, it's part of the free spec assistant we built. Comment spec below and we'll hand it out to you. Thank you.